The No Shame Podcast is brought to you today by Father and Son Construction. No job's too big, no job's too small. We're father and son, we do it all. Now, you know I was the Hall of Shame guy, and I busted a lot of bad contractors. So people come up to me all the time, and they say, well, Rob, hey, I got to have my basement redone, or I got to have a new roof put on. Who do I contact? Who's a good contractor? Honestly, I only know one company that I would recommend, and that's Father and Son Construction. I've known them for a long time. When I had my basement remodeled, I hired Father and Son. They did a great job. They did a drywall ceiling. They did everything. One of the things I like about Father and Son is that they're licensed. They're guys that follow all the rules. They pull their permits. I know the owner of the company, and he's a guy who's on all the building boards, and he's just a good, honest, decent guy, and the company is top notch. Licensed salespeople come out, licensed builders, licensed electricians. They're not playing around. They pull all the permits. When your city comes and inspects their work, they're going to give you the thumbs up. There's not going to be any of these things where they come in and say, oh, yeah, you got to redo this. This wasn't done to code. Father and Son Construction, honest people, good people, and a great company. The only company that I would say I recommend is Father and Son Construction. You can call them today at 248-585-5500. That is 248-585-5500. Father and Son Construction. They're good guys. They're honest guys. That's who I'd hire. That's who I did hire. It's time for another edition of the No Shame Podcast with Rob Wolchek. It's showtime. Let me introduce my co-hosts. The handsome, the debonair, the sophisticated Shawn Parker.
Thank you, Rob. It's great to be here.
And the beautiful, the talented, the lovely producer of the show, Laura Moore. Hi, Laura.
Hi, how are you guys tonight?
We're rocking and rolling. We're ready for some fun.
Awesome.
On today's show, you love watching TV, but get this, your TV may be watching you. A Chinese restaurant that was accused of using roadkill. Hey, I didn't order the Kung Pao raccoon, did I? A teenager licking something he shouldn't have, and now he may be getting a real licking from the cops. A wristwatch that ticked off a woman so much, it made her cry. And a titillating story about ice cream that got me in trouble back when I was in the TV biz. Let's get right into the scam, shall we?
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You don't need me to tell you. Things are expensive. Everything costs more, except maybe smart TVs. You know, you can get a flat screen 65-inch TV for about $400. I was just in Walmart the other day. I'm walking down. It's like 65 inches for $400. What's up with that? Well, the reason is that your smart TV may be spying on you. They may be making more money out of selling your information than selling the TVs, these TV manufacturers. So, you know, when you buy a new TV and you're setting it up and there's a screen that comes on and it says, you agree to this and you agree to that, blah, 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 blah. You've seen it when you set up your TV. You may not even remember it because you're in a hurry. You just want to watch this new TV, right? You want to plug everything in. You want to see the big game or whatever.
Of
You
course.
just say, okay, whatever. Well, at the end, everybody just clicks on I agree because you don't want to read a contract. You just want to watch that TV. Well, you likely just agreed to get spied on. Your new smart TV has something called automatic content recognition, or ACR, and microphones. The software takes digital fingerprints of your screen and is able to log what you watch and record your conversation. And then this information is sold to third parties. Now, you can regain your privacy by navigating your TV settings and turning off that data collection feature. And get this, as if that wasn't bad enough, this type of technology is now going into all new cars effective in 2027. Did I say that right? Seems crazy, but 2027 models by federal law. You will have to ask your dealer to deactivate it if you don't want it. So you're wondering, I mean, I wonder all the time. I get it. You Google something and then you start getting Facebook ads for it and all this. But so it turns out we're just a bunch of dopes who are letting people get all of our information and selling it for advertising. And that's why the TVs are so cheap.
It's crazy. I think it's even wild, Rob. You and I have talked about it. I'll be in a store and I walk down a particular aisle, and within minutes, I have an advertisement for whatever that product is coming over on my feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have one of those smart cars where you drive and you're having a conversation with your wife in the car and it will just say, I can find that for you. I mean, they're listening to the
Right.
conversation, and you don't know what conversation you're having. You know, you might say something that I don't really want my car or the manufacturer of my car to know I'm angry or whatever, especially in the car.
Right.
I mean, with road rage and stuff. I mean, I'll admit it. I say some nasty stuff when I'm mad.
Right. What if you and your wife were having an argument?
That never happens.
Ah,
Okay,
35
pretend.
years of happy bliss.
Well, let's
All
say
right, let's
me and my
pretend.
husband were having an argument and we said
That
some
seems
mean
more
things to each
likely.
other.
Yeah, that seems more likely.
And
Yes.
then the next thing you know, you're getting recommendations for like anger management classes or
ah,
something.
I mean,
Well,
that's
or
horrifying, but it does happen. I mean, it clearly happens. It happens all the time. You be talking about something and then you get ads for it. I it's actually almost refreshing to hear that it really is happening. You know what I mean? Because kind of thought I was crazy there for a
No,
while.
I didn't realize that there were recording devices in the TVs.
yeah, and that's why the TVs are so cheap. So
That makes
they're
sense.
really making more money off of the information they're getting about you and what shows you're watching, what commercials you're watching, and then that's how they get all these ads.
I also think that this is again where we have to advocate for ourselves because you get when you're purchasing something, it's always high pressure and you're thinking you have to do what you're being told to do by some store clerk or some auto dealer. You've got to know that you have rights and that people can't make you do things and can't make you give up your privacy.
But I want that TV for
Right.
$400. I
I
mean, I
get
don't
it.
wanna spend
They are
$1,500 for
yeah,
it.
they are ridiculously cheap now and
Right.
lightweight. You know what I mean? Like
You
you
feel
put
like you
on
don't want to
one
mess up the
arm.
deal, but you have to pay attention.
Yeah, so but that's why they're cheap is because they're just tools to spy on you. Hey, maybe when they bring out those 2027 models, maybe car prices will go down because they're gonna be spying on us.
They should, but I don't think they will.
No, I don't think they will
I mean, I
either.
No,
got
I don't think
TVs
so, but that's
everywhere in my
scary. I
house.
mean, they sell all your personal information.
It's just gone way too far. You know, I mean, it's
I
gone
agree.
way too far with all this privacy that we're giving up. And we as consumers, you know, with those dopey phones and all of this, I mean, and we know the phones are dopey and we're addicted to them and we're
Yep.
addicted to instantly shopping and saying, oh, I got to buy this and that. How much is it? And all of that. But I mean, you know, when it comes to your TV spying on you, your car spying on you, it's weird. And like I tell you, when the voice comes out of the my car saying, you know, I can, you know, you know, whatever you might say, you know, what, you know, gosh, I wonder how far it is to Indianapolis from here.
Right.
And and she comes on and she says, I can give you that. It's 314 miles. Right now the temperature is 47 degrees in Indianapolis. I mean, it's
Right.
creepy and you know, we have to tell it to shut up and then, you know, when you do it also, even when the car starts talking to you, you don't say, "Shut up, car," you know, you say, you know, "Shut up," you know, "Quit listening to me. I'm not
Once
talking to
again, we can't
you."
use this part of this conversation either.
Well, whatever, we
It was
what?
Right.
going so well.
Well, the you know, come on, I don't mind saying "Shut up" to the
Oh,
car. It's a car. I mean, I'm calling the car
okay, get back
a
on track.
yes, I am.
I just
All right.
remember when Alexa came out and everybody was getting Alexa, how many people told me that they didn't want that in their house because they didn't want the government tracking them. And now we have
Yeah.
cameras in everything.
Listen, do you remember after 911, after 9/11, everybody was all up in arms because they passed some laws where the government could listen to certain phone calls if they had reason to
I remember.
suspect. I mean, and everybody went
Great
crazy.
act.
I
They
don't
lost
want
their
anybody
minds.
listening to my phone calls and da 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 da. You know, in the meantime, a couple of years later, everybody's putting out on Facebook, "Hey, I'm at, Culver's having a cheeseburger
Right. My
with
house is
such
empty
and
right
such
now.
and
Please
this and
come rob
that."
me.
And so, I mean, things have changed so much,
Yeah,
and
it's
now
scary.
we're
You got to
just a
watch
bunch
out
of
for yourself.
suckers.
People put too much stuff out there.
Way too much.
A popular Chinese restaurant in Louisiana is shut down after it was caught keeping roadkill in the freezer. This is true. According to the Daily Mail, police spotted a Facebook post claiming the China Queen staff was out back skinning animals. Officers found a deer carcass in the restaurant freezer right alongside the other food items. The management posted a handwritten sign on the front door that said, "We apologize for the recent incident. The item involved was never intended to be served to customers, but it was improperly stored." One other note: China Queen's restaurant boasts it's an all you can eat buffet serving chicken, beef, shrimp, and sushi.
Well, didn't say what the sushi was made from, so they're not lying.
Deer?
Yeah.
Can you make sushi out of deer?
I think you can make sushi out of almost anything.
Yeah.
Sean, what do you think about that? Sound pretty tasty?
No, that sounds absolutely vile. I can't believe that. Yeah, you got to be careful where you eat sushi from. Gas station sushi, smorgasbord sushi, probably not a good idea.
I also
know-
love that they saw these guys chopping up a deer and put it in the freezer, and the first thing they did was post it on Facebook.
Well, that's one of the good things about social media, actually. I mean, there is a lot of law enforcement that's done on Facebook now. People aren't going to put up with that kind of stuff, and that's some crazy stuff. I used to, when I worked at Fox 2, my producer used to go to this Chinese restaurant all the time, and he would bring back these big styrofoam containers filled to the brim with delicious smelling Chinese food. And so one time I said to him, "Where are you getting that Chinese food from?" And he tells me where the place is, and I go down, and it's in kind of a bad part of town. It's this little window, and you go inside of the place, and it's like the gas stations in the bad part of town where they have the plexiglass, and you hand them your money, and then they swing the little wheel around, and you get your food because it was that bad part of town, and it was $2.99 for a whole styrofoam thing. You got 2 egg rolls, you got a bunch of chow mein and chop suey. I couldn't believe that it was that cheap. And I used to make jokes about, well, I wonder what kind of meat is in there. So for the China Buffet or whatever this place is called down there, China Queen, I don't know.
Anytime you pay less than $3 for seafood, it's a good signal. It's probably not what you want to
Walk
be eating.
away.
Run away.
I will say this, the food was delicious and abundant at this Chinese restaurant. It was very sketchy. And then finally one day when I was waiting for my order, because you would call up and then they'd tell you when to come in and get your food. I noticed that the Chinese restaurant this is absolutely true. It was located next to a dog and cat hospital.
Oh, Rob.
No.
Okay.
No.
New
But
story.
the food was delicious there.
Oh.
No, I'll take your
And it
word
was
for it.
$2.99. A teenager is in a heap of trouble for some shenanigans with a vending machine, a straw, and a video posted to social media. Once again, social media catching
Yep.
up to you. Being a dad to two boys, this one kind of got to me. The 18-year-old recorded himself taking a straw from an orange juice vending machine, very big in Malaysia, those orange juice vending machines. He took the straw, then he licked it, and then he put it back. Now, this happened in Malaysia in March. That kid now faces a charge of mischief in Malaysia, and that's not punishable by just a tongue lashing. Put him.
Oh,
See what I did there?
Good
that
one,
was that
Rob.
was Gouda, Rob.
Yeah, it's punishable by up to 2 years in prison or a fine or both. The company that operates the machines are the ones that called the cops. They also say they sanitize that dispenser and replace all 500 straws in the machine. I guess this bonehead kid posted it to social media. Oh, those wacky kids and their social media.
I am so glad there was not social media when I was in high school and college.
You would have gotten in big trouble, Laura. I
Not
can guess
me.
that.
I mean, my friends, the ones that I used to take care of, would have gotten in trouble. But I mean, we do stupid stuff. Kids do dumb things.
I
And now
mean,
this
I
Not
got in
Shawn.
life
trouble
is over.
anyway, like
Well, say it again, Shawn.
I said, I got in trouble anyway, even without social media.
Right.
So I can only imagine if I had that,
Yeah, I used to have a bunch of pictures of me and the gang partying on the refrigerator that, thank God, were never posted because they would catch up to me. I mean, we all do stupid things when we're kids, but I mean, doing something stupid and posting it on social media, I don't know. I guess this kid, he might end up going to jail for 2 years, which is seems pretty harsh. I believe if you're a youngster in Malaysia, you don't mess around.
Yeah,
gross.
kids, don't film your crimes. If you're going to do stupid things, do not film them, for the love of God.
You're not as funny as you think you are. That's all I have to say.
This story really made me laugh. I don't know why. I just found it funny. President Trump is stopping time and sparking tears in Rhode Island. A man purchased a limited edition watch as a gift for his wife. The watch cost about $600, but when it arrived, the front on the face read Rump instead of Trump. The watchmakers of this $600 watch forgot to put the T on there, so it was not a Trump watch, it was a Rump watch. Now, that's
Wow.
funny in itself.
It really is.
However, the couple, Tim and Melanie Pettit, shared the story with a local news reporter, and my favorite quote from the story was this. Tim said on TV, quote, "We would like this corrected properly and quickly. An apology would be nice for making my wife cry."
Oh my gosh.
Woo-hoo.
Well, that's a
The
good
watchmaker
husband.
did apologize, sent a new watch and an $800 gift certificate. The original watch only sells for $640, so a pretty good deal. But I mean, come on, lady, you're crying over your Rump watch?
I would have saved it. It was an original. Who else has a Rump watch?
Oh, yeah, really? I hadn't even thought of that, but yeah,
Think
you
about
probably
the
get some for
resale
the
on
old
that. Everybody's
rumper,
buying Trump watches, and she's got the original Rump.
Yeah, I just thought that was pretty hilarious that
Oh, that's
I
funny.
mean, we've all gotten some bad products before, but I mean, he demanded an apology for making his wife cry. Pretty bizarre.
That
right.
is pretty bizarre. I mean,
Now, here's a story that got me in trouble back when I worked on TV. This is my podcast now, so I'm going to say it. A company called Frida and Oddfellows offered up a unique product in honor of National Breastfeeding Awareness Month. This was a story that I actually read on Fox 2 on the stream here. And that's why I got in trouble. I didn't write the story, but I wrote the funny little line afterwards. All right. So this was a real story that all the news anchors were reading all day. We call it a kicker. It's just an interesting little story. It was the story was about breast milk ice cream. It mimics real breast milk using nutrient-rich ingredients like omega-3s and honey syrup. They were selling it at pop-ups in New York for a limited time. Now, I read the story. All the other news anchors were saying things like, "Ew, that's so gross. Breast milk. Wow, that's crazy," and all this kind of stuff. And so I had seen the other anchors saying that. So I said, when I'm Rob Wolchek, I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm going to take a different tack. I'm going to say, yeah, maybe I'll try a little of that breast milk ice cream. So I got in trouble when I ad-libbed. And Shawn, you're going to agree, this is a brilliant line. I said, doesn't sound bad to me. I'll take 2 large cups.
That's great. Boy,
That's
that's funny. I love
said.
that.
However, I had a boss at the time.
a very smart, intelligent boss who was sitting nearby listening.
She got all bent out of shape and thought that was, I thought it was a very clever thing. I'd like 2 large cups of breast milk ice cream.
Hysterical.
There were a number of people who laughed, and there were a number of us who had to pick ourselves up off the floor and explain why that might not have been an appropriate thing to say.
There was nobody that other than you that
Other than the people in charge who said, don't say things like that.
Yes, well, I said it, and I got in trouble. Personally, I think it's pretty damn brilliant.
Shawn, this
I
has
don't
been like
think it's
2 years and he's still bringing this up.
It was a great story. It was a great line, and it was brilliant reporting by a brilliant television reporter. And the man, or in this case, the woman, tried to put me down, but it got out there anyway. And
You
did we
can't
get
be
any?
held down, Rob.
Did the
Oh,
phones?
I think that's obvious.
Did the phones light up or anything like that, Laura?
No, because nobody was watching you.
Oh,
Well, that's pretty possible too. Anyways, that's it for tonight. Thank
my
you
thought on that was, is it hand packed or soft serve?
Oh my! And that'll be a wrap for the evening with my friends Rob and Shawn. We've all said enough.
Shawn, you got to do your line now. That's a story I could sink my teeth into.
That's a story I can sink my teeth into.
Boom, and we'll end it with that. And that's it for us. Thank you for joining us on the No Shame Podcast with Rob Wolchek and Laura, the mean boss, and Shawn. See you next time. And I'll take 2 large cups, please.
Bye.
I like the way Laura had written it before, like, I'll take 2 large jugs.
You told me that was incorrect. I'm always make sure I'm correct.
Yeah,
But it wouldn't be inaccurate.
Now, if I had said I'll take 2 large jugs, that would have been very inappropriate. But I'll take 2 large cups. I even thought it was better than I'll take 2 large cones, which I thought was.
But it is the gift that keeps on giving. So, you know what? If I can get a hold of some of that ice cream for you, Rob, it's done.
That's a story I could sink my teeth.
It is funny, let me tell you. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. We are No Shame with Rob Wolchek. Check us out anytime wherever you view podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. No Shame with Rob Wolchek. You can like us, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear from you. And I can't personally promise, but I personally promise Rob Wolchek will individually answer every message. You can also find Rob on X, Facebook, and Insta. Just search Rob Wolchek and keep listening. Thanks for tuning in.